It will be destructive of, if you ask me, the basic structure of a system of governance, which allows the party and the legislatures to be intertwined in matters where the decisions have to be taken on various very significant issues as they come up in the assembly or in parliament.
Well, you can tell me later, but what I want to know, this letter speaks about organizational elections.
Yes.
It talks about organizational elections. So what are this? It is to the different tiers, is it?
Yes, it's in different tiers.
There's something called a general body, is it?
There is a Rashtriya Karyakarani, which is the national executive, 13 members. Then there is the Pratinidhi Sabha, which is about 262 members.
What is at the bottom?
Sorry?
What is representing the general body?
Pratinidhi Sabha.
Pratinidhi Sabha.
Pratinidhi Sabha. But of course, you can't hold a meeting of all the members of the party all over Maharashtra.
I'm just asking for information.
Yes. So there's a tier system. There's a tier system.
Is at the is virtually like a general body.
Yes. There's a tier system by which people are both appointed and elected.
Pratinidhi Sabha.
Yes, Pratinidhi Sabha.
And Mr. Sibal, possibly this line of argument of yours is also buttressed by 2B of the 10th schedule,
yes.
which says if he votes or abstains from voting in such house, contrary to the direction issued by the political party to which he belongs,
yes,
or by any person or authority authorized by it in this behalf.
That's correct.
So the whip is really a person who is authorized by the political party.
That's correct. That's correct. That's how it functions. That's how
because the direction has to be given by the political party. It can't keep on giving a direction. It's a larger body.
Yeah, that's right.
So therefore, it delegates its power and it authorizes a person who will then issue a direction on which way to vote in the assembly.
In matter when it came up before the Law Commission, it will be disastrous for democracy, disastrous for the country if the legislature party is allowed to act independent of the political party.
So the actual whip, without, it says, or by any person or authority authorized by it in the behalf.
Correct. I read that.
So yes. So the party really nominates or authorizes a person.
That's correct.
And the act of defection lies in voting or abstaining from voting contrary to a direction given by the party or by that person.
I want to ask myself, supposing there's a bill in parliament, the legislative party on its own can't decide what the position will be.
Right.
It cannot. Naturally, there'll have to be consultation with the party because they are not living in a side, they are not acting as a separate entity.
They are really the voice of the party in parliament or the state legislature.
That's correct.
It's the political party.
The genus is the party, they are the species.
Yes.
Yes.
Political party which either sends the MLAs who, because of majority, form the government.
Yes.
Or they could even send members of legislative assembly who will be sitting in the opposition.
That's correct.
So nevertheless, the controlling factor
has to be the party.
Will be the political party.
Yes.
Which will, through its MLAs, operate either as
because they are there because of the party.
Their mandate is the mandate of the party.
That's correct.
And therefore, how they function in the house is determined by the mandate which has brought them into the house.
That's correct. Exactly, Madam.
You have no and I think that seems to be a fair understanding of the 10th schedule also.
10th schedule has
to be linked to it.
Mullahs, you have to maintain the integrity of the political party within the house, its programs, its views on reservation, its views on the 10th schedule, its views on foreign policy. Individual members of the legislature don't decide on foreign policy issues, the party decides. And party systems are such that you have committees where people who are in the past also, who are members of the party, who have experience in foreign policy, who have been ex-ministers of foreign policy, they become members of the committee, they advise the party as to what position should be taken, and a matter comes up, the legislators are only told that this is what should be done. Within that framework, you can make your case out.
So they articulate the views of the party in the House.
That's correct.
Yeah.
One important distinction is, sorry.
Go ahead.
No.
Yeah, you tell them.
Well, just to take 15 seconds, a bizarre example of how the party governs. Very interesting, apropos Lordship, because I happen to be chairman of the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Law in 2011, and the most contentious Lokpal bill came. We had a report signed by all except 3 dissents. 3 dissents and all, every 31 member committee, which is a mini parliament, everybody signed, all political parties, 17 political parties. Matter went to Rajya Sabha. All of them supported the report because they had signed it. Overnight, whereas the party stand of one particular party, I'll not name it, changed. The matter came to Lok Sabha. The same party which has signed took a different stand in Lok Sabha because the instructions from the party to the legislative wing of the Lok Sabha was that no, this has to be opposed. Lokpal has to be opposed. This is in the record of Parliament. So, when the party decides, this is an extreme example that the party which had agreed with the report actually opposed it in Lok Sabha because the members are only legislators, but they received the instructions. It's an important, well-known regional party, but the policy changed that no, we must oppose Lokpal, therefore it was opposed in Lok Sabha. So that was the best validation of this kind of example.
Any number of examples like that. Any number of examples.
It's a reverse engineering.
It's a political issue on so many other factors.
The legislative members controlling the party is actually reverse engineering.
Yes, Your Lordship is right. Exactly. Therefore, these documents become exceptionally important because they will determine the outcome of this litigation. If you give validity and legality.
So, Mr. Sibal, we have seen all the documents now?
Not yet, Mother.
All right. No, because the next step I was going to request you to formulate it in 2 or 3 submissions for us, but you can complete the documents and then give us a reformulation of 2 or 3.
No, Mother, then I have to read Your Lordship some judgments which actually deal with it.
Before we go into the judgments, you can just formulate it for us in 2 or 3 submissions. We'll take it down, but let's complete the document, then the formulation and then the judgments.
Give me those. Yes, let me just quickly go through the documents now.
Yes.
So page 52 I've read, then kindly come to Mother's resolution of the meeting of the Shiv Sena Maharashtra Legislative Assembly 1919 to 2024. Mother, that document is at page 50, PDF 55. Now Mother, this is what is passed. Very interesting.
What is the date?
Mother, it is signed. It's signed by Bharat Gogavale. Very interesting document. This tells you the story, Mother. Resolution of the meeting of the Shiv Sena Legislative Assembly. Maharashtra Legislative Assembly 1919 to 2024. We, the following members of the 14th Maharashtra Legislative Assembly, belonging to the Shiv Sena, we are notified as the members of the Maharashtra Legislative Assembly as members of Shiv Sena Legislature Party. We had unanimously elected Eknath Shinde on 31st October 2019 as group leader of the Shiv Sena Legislature Party. There was a pre-poll alliance between the Bharatiya Janata Party and Shiv Sena Party for the 14th Maharashtra Legislative Assembly. There has been great dissatisfaction prevalent among the members of our party, Shiv Sena, and our party cadre at large, on account of corruption in the government, administration regarding police posting, corruption by then Home Minister so-and-so, sitting minority minister so-and-so. Apart from above reasons, our party cadre faced tremendous harassment and distress on political as well as personal grounds from the opposition, ideological parties who are now a part of the government and were using their office and power to undermine the base and foundation of Shiv Sena. There is enormous discontent amongst the cadres of our party, Shiv Sena, for forming the government with NCP and INC, who are ideologically opposed to our party. There has been a compromise on the principles of our party, Shiv Sena, which has been a party of fierce ideological base and was formed for fighting for the rights of local Marathi people. For last 2.5 years, our party and its leadership have compromised party principles by aligning with the contrasting ideologies for the sake of achieving power. The ideology of our party leader, late Uddhav Thackerey, was to give a clean and honest government to the people of Maharashtra, and also without compromising on the principle of Hindutva, which was defeated on the first day itself by aligning with the opposing ideologies. Shiv Sena and Bharatiya Party has forged a pre-poll alliance for 2019 Maharashtra Assembly. They sought the blessings of the voters of the Sena-BJP alliance, which the voters accepted and voted in favor of alliance. After results were out, the Shiv Sena severed its ties with the BJP and formed an alliance with the opposing parties, which they had fought against in 2019. This act of our party leaders had a tremendous negative impact upon the voters and the party cadre. There was a continuous hue and cry towards party leadership for the act of aligning with the opposing parties. Ignoring this, party leadership went ahead and formed the Maha Vikas Aghadi government. For the last 2.5 years, we, the Shiv Sena Legislative Party members, were facing tremendous pressures from the electorate. We, the members of the Legislative Party, as well as all leaders and workers, throughout the country were facing a lot of humiliating questions. Our leader, Uddhav Thackerey, was always a strong nationalist. We've also been subjected to a lot of criticism for being part of the corrupt Maharashtra. In view of the above, the members of the Maharashtra Shiv Sena legislative party have met today and resolved this under. What have they resolved? Hereby resolved and reaffirmed that Shinde, who was appointed as leader of Shiv Sena legislative party, is and continues to be the leader of the Shiv Sena legislative party of the 14th Maharashtra Legislative Assembly, and this is what proposed and seconded by members of the legislature. And I hereby further resolve that Bharat Gogavle, elected and appointed as Chief Whip of the 14th Maharashtra Legislative Assembly, is cancelled with immediate, and Sunil Prabhu is cancelled with immediate effect, proposed and seconded. Now, there is no reference to any meeting of the party. There is no reference to any grievance made prior to this date. They are all members. He was serving as a minister for 2.5 years. There is no reference to any grievance that he has ever had. No reference. No reference to any statement he made in any organizational election. No reference. Suddenly could not have happened on the 21st of June, Mullahs. This sudden realization that this great injustice has been done, Mullahs. Obviously, this was planned. Mullahs, if anybody had any grievance of this nature, it would be in public statements, it will be in organizational meetings. After all, this is from 2018, we are in 2023 now, Mullahs. Not a single statement anywhere. So obviously, and what this statement is being made from Assam. Why Assam? So it's not something, it's all pre-planned, it's a conspiracy, it's not something that happened overnight. And you're talking about poll promises. Let me, Mullahs, talk of history then. Mullahs, the poll promise was broken at the time when Mullahs, Devendra Fadnavis and Ajit Pawar were sworn in the early hours of the morning by the governor.